Greetings everyone, and welcome to a brand new video on OCG channel. And this time we have something special.
Very special indeed.
We also have a guest commentator. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi.
And also the creator of this mod.
Exactly. Hi, I'm Snaggle. I was asked if I can mod the Bomberman game, the newest Bomberman game, to have the Japanese voice actors while still having the English subtitles.
Exactly. And speaking of the Bomberman game, a little bit of history. As we all know, this game was pretty successful on a Nintendo Switch last year, and when compared to the earlier Bomberman games, like you can see on the scale, it's amazing. Like, I think Konami was not expecting that this game would sell so well. And do you have any comment on that? Are you familiar with Bomberman sales and franchise?
Not really, because I like the Bomberman games, but they're not in my interest field, to be honest. I'm sorry.
Oh, alrighty, no problem. Still, the point is, the game was so successful, and what happens if a game that is exclusive on one console gets very successful on that console? That's right, more releases on other platforms, and that's exactly what happened with Bomberman. However, the biggest disappointing feature in the Nintendo Switch version was the lack of ability to change voices and text. For example, a Sega game, Puyo Puyo Tetris, it had the same problem on the Switch release, but when the game was released on PC, they fixed this problem and included the ability to change the voices while keeping the text on the language you prefer. However, I was really expecting the same would happen with the Bomberman, but it didn't happen. And when I got it on Steam, I was so frustrated with the multiple things. Overall, I think this Steam release is a mess. Even though the developers have been patching it already multiple times, there have been so much problems in stuttering, inability to change controls, not steady frame rate. As somebody who has explored the code, what do you have to say about this PC port?
Well, it's literally poo. I mean, not in a sense that it is crap, but in a sense that if you put the exact binary to a hex editor, you will see a lot of poo, dot dot dot, poo, dot dot dot, and another poo.
Yeah, I mean, the code is literal crap. Like, I don't know what was going through their mind. So, what were your experiences doing this?
Well, how can I put it? It was the easiest thing I have done ever. Basically, all I did was disassemble the source code, or rather say the binary to a source code, and I could literally just try to find the string where the Japanese and the English subtitles are being selected, and I just swapped out the thing and there it is. And basically what I have to say about the entire program of the entire programming of the game, well, how do I put it? It's kinda a bit over-programmed to a point that where, well, how do I put it? Where the CPU has a ton of shit to process, even though it wasn't necessary.
Yeah, that does definitely explain the lags that can occur, especially when the game is being launched and before the main menu. As for the tool, let me present you what Snaggle made. It is very good Super Bomberman R Undubber, and it's very simple to use. All you gotta do is run the program. Here is the proof, by the way, that there is no virus or anything, as you can see from the results of my scans. And what you gotta do is locate the exe file for the game, and it will already recognize if the game has been undubbed or not. And if it was undubbed, you can pretty much redub it if you ever feel like checking out the English voices, or undub it later on again. Really nothing easier. And another question for you: in case that Konami makes an update for the game, how much do you think it will be easy to update your Undubber as well to match the new version of the game.
Unless they don't do something about the security, it's a minute. It's a thing of 5 minutes.
Oh, we'll see. And considering this is Konami, I think we're pretty much safe to say that they're not gonna bother with any security, which means that in case you find this Undubber and you try it and it doesn't work and it says incorrect exe version, all you gotta do is wait a day or two and it will definitely be patched to a new version compatible to continue playing with your desired preferences. So now let's check out the demonstration of this undubbing, how it works. But before we do, let me show you how I got rid of some lags. As you can see, my monitor has a refresh rate of 165 Hz, and this game doesn't like that one bit. What I did is used NVIDIA Profile Inspector and created a brand new profile for Super Bomberman R, and in the settings what you gotta do is limit frame rate to 60 FPS, because with such a high refresh rate the game will not work properly, and this game is just not designed for above 60 FPS. It's not optimized, the main menus don't work. If you're using a controller, it's not gonna work good, so make sure to put it 60 FPS. You gotta disable vertical sync, and you gotta disable some of the G-Sync options if you have a G-Sync monitor. If you don't have it, then just keep it, then these G-Sync options are not important for you at all, but basically just copy the settings as you see on the screen, and this will reduce lag problems on the computer if you're facing them. So now, let's go in the game and check out the cutscenes.
ビッグバングランプリ、それは100年に一度宇宙最強の座をかけて行われる究極の爆弾舞踏会である。
Also, there's something that bothered me about the code. So all the assets, for example, the character models, the soundtrack, the backgrounds, etc., etc., they're all lying basically externally on some files, but encrypted. I don't understand why they had to encrypt those files when they just literally put the entire key in the source file. I don't understand. Like, they're making the CPU some extra workload, which is not necessary.
Exactly, and those are exactly the problems the people experience on the computers if it's performing bad. It just drains the CPU power, and it doesn't do any good for the game, because as Snaggle explained, it wasn't anything hard to do, create this Undub, and I don't know, as for the game itself, it is a really fun game, and I'm enjoying it very much, but I just hope that that something will for the future games, like this shouldn't even be necessary, to create this Undub. We can only hope that maybe Konami will listen like Nintendo did for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and in some future patch include the options to switch the voice and text separately, how it was later case for Breath of the Wild. But considering this is Konami, I really don't think it's gonna happen. What do you think? Will it happen?
Who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But knowing that it's Konami, probably not. But maybe for future games.
Yeah, I hope it will at least be something considered in the future games, because At this day and age, there is really no excuse why gamers shouldn't have this option to choose how they prefer. And in case somebody tries to say that this is disrespecting English voices or anything, no. It's not. The Undubber tool, as you can see, doesn't get rid of English voices, and you can always bring them back if you prefer them, or just simply not use. This is just for the people who prefer it otherwise to have this choice, because I believe the gamers should have the most choices they want to customize how they want their game to be, which they paid for. I only hope that they realize from the mistakes of this otherwise amazing game how to handle the sequels, which are definitely gonna be coming, considering how much well this sold. So, with that said, I pretty much think I'm done with saying. Do you have some final thoughts to say before we end the video?
Konami, get your shit together, please.
You heard him, and I think this is what every fan wants to say as well, and I hope you all enjoy this demonstration. If you have any questions about the Undubber or anything, feel free to message any one of us, and we'll be more glad to answer it. And see you guys later.
Goodbye.
そう来なくてもな。